What if the world you see every day is a carefully crafted illusion, built to control your every thought without you even knowing it? What if reality itself has been hijacked? In this jaw-dropping conversation, host Emilio Ortiz sits down with author and speaker David Icke, who reveals exactly how your perception of the world has been manipulated since birth. From the illusion of identity to the trap of reincarnation, and even the hidden control of your emotions, this podcast is a mind-bending wake-up call. Here are 10 powerful takeaways you need to hear. Takeaway 1. They are hiding reality from you. David Icke says that the most powerful trick being played on humanity is the manipulation of what we believe is real. According to him, there is a small but powerful group that understands the true nature of reality and how perception shapes it. These people pass their knowledge secretly through generations, while the rest of the population is kept in the dark. Schools, media, religion, and science are not just neutral institutions. They are part of a system that controls how you see the world. For example, children are taught in school that the world is made of solid objects, when in fact quantum physics shows that matter is mostly empty space and energy. David says this is not a mistake. It is a deliberate act to keep people from knowing that they are actually infinite consciousness living in a temporary human body. By hiding how reality truly works, this group keeps people in fear, confusion, and control. You may go your whole life without realizing that your senses only pick up a tiny slice of what exists. And that tiny slice is presented to you in a way that serves the agenda of those in power. Takeaway 2. Reality is like a simulation. David compares the world we live in to a computer game or a virtual reality headset. You think you are seeing and hearing the real world, but actually, your senses are decoding energy signals into a version of reality that looks solid. Imagine looking at a tree. What you are really seeing is your brain interpreting frequencies into the shape and color of a tree. He says the real world, which he calls prime reality, is still there, but most people are tuned out of it. Just like a computer needs a Wi-Fi connection to show a web page, your body is decoding a signal, and that signal has been tampered with. The result is a fake overlay of what life really is. He believes our bodies have been engineered to decode this fake signal, keeping us trapped in a narrow, limited experience. This explains why some people have out-of-body experiences or near-death experiences, where they report realities far more vivid and peaceful than what we know here. According to David, that is because they briefly disconnect from the simulation and touch the real source. Takeaway 3. We are not just human. David Icke insists that who you truly are is not your body, not your job, and not your personality. He says those are just costumes worn by your deeper self, which is infinite consciousness. Most people grow up thinking they are just a man or a woman, with a certain nationality, religion, and background. But that is exactly the trick. It is like being an actor in a play who forgets he is acting. Once you start identifying only with your role, you forget that you are much more than that. For example, if a boy is told his whole life that he is weak or stupid, he will eventually believe it and live that way, even though it is not true. David says the control system wants you to focus only on the body and the label, because once you believe you are small, you will look outside for someone stronger to follow. That is how the few control the many. But when you realize you are pure awareness, just having an experience, everything changes. You no longer fear death, you stop obeying blindly, and you start to live with courage and freedom. Takeaway 4. Our thoughts create reality. According to David, your beliefs are not just inside your head. They are powerful energy signals that shape the world you live in. When you think thoughts of fear, anxiety, or self-doubt, you send out a low-frequency signal. That signal interacts with the world around you and creates more experiences that match those feelings. This is why people who always expect the worst often experience it. On the other hand, thoughts of love, joy, and gratitude produce a high-frequency signal that attracts better experiences. This is not just positive thinking. It is energetic science. For example, if someone truly believes they have no power, they will act helpless, avoid challenges, and attract people who dominate them. David says that those in control know this secret and use it against us. They fill the world with fear through news, media, and crisis, so that we keep creating a fearful reality without knowing we are doing it. We're about to dive into the most exciting part of this video. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. It really helps us keep making great content. Don't forget to leave a comment and hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 5. Society is built to limit you. From the moment you are born, the world starts telling you who you are and what to believe. David says this is not accidental. It is part of a larger design to keep people small. When children go to school, they are not taught how to think, but what to think. They memorize facts, follow rules, and are punished for asking big questions. Later, television, movies, and news repeat the same messages, telling people what is normal and what is possible. For example, someone might dream of being an artist, but the system tells them to be practical and get a safe job instead. Over time, people give up their dreams and settle for lives that feel safe but unfulfilling. This constant pressure to conform kills creativity and stops people from realizing their true potential. David believes that every person has great power inside them, but the system is designed to make them forget. Takeaway 6. Awakening is about asking. The way out of this controlled reality begins with a simple but powerful act. You must start asking questions. Not just any questions, but the big ones. Who am I? Why am I here? What is this world? David says most people never ask these because they are too distracted by daily routines, social media, or fear of standing out. But once you begin to ask these deep questions with true curiosity, something changes. The universe starts responding. You begin to see patterns, hear new ideas, and attract answers that were always there but hidden from view. For example, many people who begin asking suddenly come across a book or a video that shifts their entire understanding. It feels like a coincidence, but David says it is the result of your energy changing. The moment you step outside the programming and ask, the path to truth begins to open. Takeaway 7. The mind can be liberated. David believes that most people are not really thinking at all. They are just repeating what they have been told. When you say something like hard work always pays off or trust the science, are you saying it because you know it is true? Or because you were taught to say it? That is the trap. The mind becomes a prison, but one that looks like freedom. True liberation comes when you realize that every belief you hold can be questioned. For example, someone who has always believed that authority figures are always right might begin to notice how often they have been lied to or misled. That awareness creates space to think differently. David says you must take back control of your thoughts, question your beliefs, and choose what makes sense to you, not what was handed to you. Only then can the mind serve you instead of control you. Takeaway 8. The heart holds real power. Beyond the mind is something even more powerful, the heart. David calls it the heart vortex and says it is the true source of wisdom, courage, and freedom. While the brain analyzes, the heart knows. When you listen to your heart, you feel what is right even when it goes against what everyone else says. For example, someone might be told to follow a career path that makes money, but their heart tells them to create music or help people. David says the heart connects you to your higher self, what he calls the divine spark. This part of you is buried under layers of fear, trauma, and social pressure. But when you connect with it, you no longer care what others think. You do what feels right, even if it is hard. That is the kind of strength the system cannot touch. We're about to hit the final takeaways from this video. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. It really helps us keep making great content. Don't forget to leave a comment and hit subscribe for more. Now, let's continue with the video. Takeaway 9. Reincarnation is part of control. One of the most surprising things David Icke shares is his belief that the cycle of reincarnation is actually a trap. He says that when people die, They are often drawn toward a bright light or a familiar religious figure. But this is part of the illusion. They are convinced to return to Earth and go through the same system again, forgetting everything they learned. This happens because their emotional and mental energy is still attached to the fake reality they just left. The system needs souls to keep coming back in order to feed off their energy, especially low emotions like fear, regret, and guilt. According to David, the only way to break this cycle is to become fully aware of the illusion while still alive. Then, when the time comes, you will see through the trap and choose not to return. Takeaway 10. AI is the final trap. David warns that the future plan of the control system is to erase natural human consciousness altogether. The goal is to merge people with artificial intelligence so that their thoughts, feelings, and decisions are no longer their own. Already, we see this happening through smart devices, predictive algorithms, and even attempts to put chips in the brain. He says that when AI controls your mind, you will not even know you are being controlled. You will think the thoughts you are given are your own. This would make human beings nothing more than machines running someone else's program. The only way to stop this is by reconnecting with your true self now. He says, the heart, not the chip, is the future. And only by living from that space can we resist what is coming. Most people will never ask if the world around them is real or if their thoughts are truly their own. But David Icke challenges us to do just that. By understanding how perception shapes experience and how power hides in plain sight, we begin to wake up. This is not just philosophy, it is survival. The more we remember who we are, the less control they have over us. If you feel something inside you waking up right now, do not ignore it. Follow that feeling. Ask the questions, because once you see the truth, you can never go back to sleep again. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.